Welcome to Kim Yulun Lawyer TV. I'm Dr. Kim Yulun Lawyer. I want you guys to come in and start to chat live. That way I can verify you're here. I have not been on YouTube live for a while there because there's so much going on in the country. There's a lot of hardships. We're not making money anymore on content as we should be. I personally have had a backlash after the Oromoni case. A lot of my advertisers pulled out, but I'm still up there coping. Sometimes you want to give up. People are there insulting you. You're giving them information. They don't appreciate it. So I'm pretty much teaching now. If you want to learn journalism training, or you want to learn how to blog, write, or how to be a photojournalist or create content and make money, I'm teaching that now. I don't have time to do it anymore. I'm just going to teach it. You pay, you go to school and all that. The site is on Twitter. You can go to Twitter at 2222 Media School, okay? 4 2s. 2222 Media School, February 2nd, 2022. That's when I opened the school. I announced it a year before. Today we're talking about kidnappings in Lagos. They're very incessant. In other words, they're happening a lot. I try to do this video on Facebook, but people just don't listen. They prefer to spam. When you're spamming somebody's page and you're posting yourself, advertising yourself, that means you're not interested in what they posted. You're not interested in my live video. You just want to use my audience for your gain, and I'm tired of that. So this is why I close comments on Twitter and Facebook, okay? I didn't close comments because of you or anybody else. Nobody can drag me. I'm Kim Yulun Lawyer, so know that, and you know peace. Let me tell you about Felix. It's a young man that was kidnapped in Lagos, okay, last week. A former neighbor of mine contacted me because they're family friends with that family. Felix took a bus from Sele bus stop. Okay, Sele bus stop is one of the bus stops here in Lagos. And I believe he was coming to the island somewhere when all of a sudden they found out they had been kidnapped. This is going on around the country. It's not today. It's been happening for a long time. And what happened with Felix was, the bottom line is, he was in the bus with 3 passengers, okay, 2 males and a female who were real passengers. Those were the passengers. Anybody else in that bus was a kidnapper. So the target was the males, 3 of them. Okay, let me see. Felix and 2 other guys, and the female. So 4 strangers were kidnapped. All right, he's home now. I'm going to do this show as well on Twitter Spaces. So this is very terrifying, and it's very important that you know how to move around in this country, let alone this city. Lagos is having a lot of incessant kidnappings. Now, about 2 months ago, I told you of a security outfit in Lagos that the police busted. A security outfit, okay? They send bodyguards to your events and everything. When they busted the security outfit, they discovered a place in there where people were being dismembered. They were killed, the bodies cut into pieces and sent to the ritualists for rituals. They were trafficking bodies, organs, body parts. And first they will be kidnapped. Imagine the people doing the kidnapping, the big, giant security guys and all. There's a lot going on in Nigeria that you don't know. So at the end of the day, that's what happened over there. Now, with Felix's case, he has recounted his story. It's very harrowing. And I told him that I want to interview him via the phone. He's still recovering. There's PTSD, there's anger, there's a lot. Psychologically, you cannot recover from this. So what exactly is happening with Felix? What happened basically was the fact that when they kidnapped them in a minibus, it was a minibus. You know what a minibus is, right? They call them korokwe. Those little minibuses are very big destinations for robberies, kidnappings, and all that. There are people who would take those minibuses from Lekki to Ajah, Lekki to Sangotedo, Lekki to anywhere. They run around this Lekki Ekpe expressway a lot. And you get in the bus, you think you're going to your destination, and 4 people in the bus are actually thieves and kidnappers. They collect your phone, all that. I take them all the time, Korokwes. But when I'm in a Korokwe, I'm just going to be talking to the driver. And see, that presents a problem for kidnappers. My son will be pinching me to stop talking in the bus. I talk because I know that any of these guys could be an organized kidnap ring, okay? And I'm a public figure. You don't know who knows anybody. Some of those drivers might even know me from Facebook, okay? You know, the Facebook, the average illiterate, the average bus driver, meat seller, market people that wave to me in the market, they're usually on Facebook. That's where they know me with my videos. So they have a way of signaling each other. Don't kidnap this one. Don't take her phone. You know, you have to be visibly showing them that you have the wrong person in the bus. So when they kidnapped Felix and the other three, they took them to Cotonou. They took them to Benin Republic. When they got to the Cotonou border, okay, and they told them that we're going to request 20 million from your people, okay, 20 million naira, okay, from your people. So we have 4 people, you're asking their families for 5 million each. So they took their phones and turned them on. I've told you about these things. The kidnappers, the ritualists, the cultists, I met them in Port Harcourt prison. This is the style they use. They'll not turn on your phone and give it to you to call your loved ones, to tell them that you've been kidnapped, and when you've been kidnapped, please help me. Send these kidnappers 5 million each. Send them 5 million. Okay. Meanwhile, the kidnappers have told the people that were kidnapped, okay, Felix said that they told them that even if we collect the 20 million, we're still going to kill you. That has happened, and it's been happening all over Nigeria. This is a season when a lot of rituals go up because it's a political season and all of that. And we know what the politicians do when they want to become politicians. Some people literally go for money rituals, power rituals, all kinds of rituals. I don't know how to explain this to the modern Western world, but this is what's going on, okay? So when they got to the Cotonou border and they found out they were going to another country, they were begging to be let go and all that. Now, the minute the girl heard, okay, the minute, you know, what is her name again? Felix told me her name, I don't remember. But the minute the girl heard that they're going to ritualists, she started fighting the kidnappers and told them that I'm not going. They stabbed her in the stomach. After they stabbed her in the stomach, she started bleeding heavily from the stomach, just threw her out of the van. So she's inside the bush or the highway somewhere, dead. Possibly dead. She's gone. This is somebody's sister. This is somebody's mother. If you have anybody missing in your family in the last 10 days in Lagos, that went to work, that went to school, that went somewhere, and they were around that Celeb bus stop, you need to go to the police and tell them of my video. This is what we have. We don't know who she is. We don't know her name, nothing. But she was kidnapped. Okay, so if you have a missing person, please report missing people to the police. Some of you are reporting missing people to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It must also be a police documentation. Police collect money for all these investigations and all that stuff. We understand that, but it's better for you to establish with a law enforcement agency. Because that girl is in the bush somewhere there. And somebody, maybe a farmer, maybe who knows, will find her there later in Cotonou, and they won't know who she is. Dead body. The other 2 guys and Felix were taken to the ritualist. When they got to the ritualist, this was all last week. When they got to the ritualist, they slaughtered the other 2 guys in the bus. Just like I said of the girl, if you know the guy, okay, if you know anybody, okay, if you know anybody that's been missing in Lagos in the last 10 days, go and tell the police. Because what's going on right now is 2 guys have been slaughtered. They sacrificed and slaughtered them for ritualists. They're gone. We don't know where they are. So missing people reports need to go in all the time in Lagos and everywhere in Nigeria. Felix was rejected by the oracle. Whatever oracle that the Babalawo uses, they rejected Felix. So the kidnappers took Felix, and they just threw him out. They threw him out of their moving Kurupe bus. At the end of the day, I don't understand how these buses can pass through the border and the border people are not there. Are we not supposed to have border agencies, Nigerian immigration there? Okay, they would probably pass them on as regular passengers going to Cotonou, right? Are they not supposed to show their documents, passports, and all that? The immigration borders are very porous. Because if these guys didn't have passport, they wouldn't let them go now. They would detain them. But Nigeria, we're doing these things. Okay. So Felix went, they threw Felix away, and he was very injured. He was in a bush, and told me that he sustained himself in that bush for 5 days. He was walking up and down the bush, trying to find where to come out of the bush. Snakes, everything in there. Ate grass. Imagine, he ate grass and other things just to survive. At the end of the day, Felix somehow found his way out to the main place, a road, a village in Cotonou, where the villagers now took him to the police. And then he told this story and then was returned to Nigeria. Felix is home. Be careful in Lagos. Every one of us. I take those correctors. Be careful when you're entering a bus. What do? Don't use your phone doing internet inside a bus. Correctly or not, don't. You're telling them you have a phone. You're telling them they can kidnap you. You're telling them you have money. Leave your smartphones in your bag and go to your destination. Ask the driver questions as you're going. Converse. Let them know that you're not, just some mumu that they can, you know what I mean, that they can take. All right? There are ways that you can draw attention to yourself to help you from these kidnappers. You don't know, because the person driving the van is the mastermind of everything. You should remember that. That's all I have to say. Be careful in Lagos. Stay very safe. Now, regarding Hush Puppy and all that, you guys remember that when you guys saw that news in the mainstream media that Hush Puppy had done another crime, I went and I analyzed it, if it in fact is true. And I told you the reason why it may not be true. I told you that Hush Puppy is supposed to be with the U.S. Marshals, not in a prison. There's nothing that he should be doing in prison because he has not been sentenced yet. So why would he be in prison using the internet? So I gave you all the stuff. By afternoon, I called the U.S. Attorney. You can't call the Marshals. I called the FBI. They said it's fake. A fake document was edited. So at the end of the day, I told you what's going on. I did my own investigation. Others may have done theirs. But at the end of the day, that video where I was analyzing what happened with Hush Puppy, Facebook determined it as false fact-checking. That's what their machine would do. But I went and analyzed it to you, and I told you later on in the day that it's been verified as fake. So Hush Puppy was not arrested for anything. I mean, he was not caught doing any fraud in any prison. He's not even in prison now. Ebele versus Bianca. You guys don't understand. Bianca slapped Ebele. Ebele touched Bianca first. Ebele was the one that's aggressive. So all the videos you have out there, believe me or not, we don't care. Bianca said it herself that she taunted her first. They put her hands on her shoulders, everything. Look at her left hand. Look at Ebele's left hand like she hit. It was like she did this now to her. It might not be a slap in the face, but she's hitting her and everything. Bianca said she was drunk. At the end of the day, they're not important. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.